Welcome back everybody to another champion rework video. Today we're going to be going over a rework we did for Varus. Now as always, if you guys like our champion concepts, please like, subscribe down below, let us know what you guys think, and give us your own opinion on what champions you would like to see us rework in the future. We always like to take requests and getting some new ideas for everything that we are working on. But we will jump right into our concept idea for this new Varus. To do this, we have three big points that we wanted to focus on. One of those is refining Varus's current AD carry identity to give him more purpose and kind of basing some things off of his lore and how he would play. As well, we wanted to create a brand new unique playstyle for him. We feel a lot of the AD carriers currently, either they have a lot of movement or they kind of sit back and they sort of snipe. We wanted to give him some extra utility in his kit. As well, taking his current strong points and remolding those, remodeling those to kind of fit a new identity, making his current strong points even stronger and giving him some unique utility in his weaker areas. Varus' new passive is now called Eternal Union, where auto-attacking an ally will bond them to you. During this, Varus will gain 30% of his bonded ally's highest resistance point, whether that is armor or magic resist, for the next 5 seconds. Varus has to be in range of his bonded ally to keep the effect going, and the effect also has a cooldown of 17 down to 11 seconds, and this scales with the ultimate level. Also, due to his darkened corruption inside of his body, Varus can no longer lifesteal as effectively as other champions. Varus gains no benefits from lifestealing items, runes, or buffs. Instead, when Varus uses abilities on an enemy champion, he gains 60% of his damage dealt as spell vamp, and 80% of his damage dealt as spell vamp if his bonded ally is attacking the same enemy champion. For Varus' Q, we decided to remodel it a little bit. It's still called Piercing Arrow, but now has a second effect called Hellfire Arrow. Varus will charge his ancient bow, delivering a powerful arrow blast in target direction, dealing physical damage. The longer Varus pulls back his bow, the longer the skill shot will be, adding bonus physical damage onto the arrow. Very similar. Killing minions and damaging champions with Piercing Arrow will charge the ability now. Once fully charged, the CD will reset, charging the next cast to Hellfire Arrow. The charge has a 5-bar meter, which killing minions with the Q will grant half a bar, and damaging enemy champions will grant 1 per enemy hit. Now for Hellfire Arrow, Varus has 2 different effects depending on how long he charges the arrow for. If it is below 60%, Varus will shoot 3 arrows this time from his bow, with a similar skill shot idea to Piercing Arrow. The 2 additional arrows will spread to the left and the right, dealing 75% of the total ability's damage. Also, each arrow leaves behind desecrated ground underneath, slowing targets while reducing their attack speed for 2 seconds, which will decay. If he charges above 60%, however, Varus will fire 2 parallel arrows in target direction, dealing armor penetration damage to targets hit with both arrows, and also having the same desecrated effect as before. Varus' new W is called Seed of the Darkin. Varus reaches out with his right hand, releasing energy, hatching a demonic seed on a target enemy. This has a different effect for monsters and minions, and a different effect for enemy champions. So placing a seed on monsters and minions, if that target is killed, they will explode, leaving behind a purple mist around the area, which has a 450 radius that will spread slowly as it decays with duration, dealing damage over time, and applying grievous wounds to enemy champions for X amount of seconds. Placing the seed on enemy champions, if you auto-attack that target 3 times, the darkened seed will activate, releasing a purple mist around the enemy champion, which has the same radius as before. The mist will follow the enemy champion for X amount of seconds, decaying in size as it moves, and also will apply grievous wounds to enemy champions as well. Varus' new E is called Soulful Exchange. When Varus is in range of his bonded ally gains a generated shield from damage dealt to the same exact target. This will max at 30% of the total damage dealt from both Varus and his bonded ally, which will decay over the next few seconds. When Varus is in range of his bonded ally, he can also activate Soulful Exchange to trigger a transmutation of his body into a soul-like form, becoming untargetable for 1.5 seconds. During this animation, Varus will pass through his bonded ally, revealing himself on the opposite side. When his body reanimates, Varus gains a burst of attack speed for X amount of seconds. This is very similar to Braum's Stand Behind Me, where Braum will jump in front of his targets to block them and gain some resistances. With this ability, Varus is able to move and get away from any sort of attack or CC and move himself to the opposite side of his bonded ally. The keyword is bonded ally, so this will not work with any just normal ally that he has. They have to be his bonded, which makes it a little bit of a strategy in how you're going to be able to play with your support or your bonded ally. Varus' new ultimate is called Vengeance Through Darkness, which has a passive and an active effect. The passive effect will allow all of Varus' auto attacks to now stack Blight. Blight will stack up to 4 times on minions and monsters, and can be consumed by hitting a Q, dealing bonus damage. On the 4th stack of Blight, when it comes to enemy champions, that will turn the stacks into Corruption, which Corruption will stay on that target for at least 25 seconds. The number is still a TBA at this moment. Targets who are corrupted will take full damage from Varus' next piercing or Hellfire Arrow, and by full damage we mean true damage. This leads us directly into Varus' new active, which has 2 different effects. If Varus hits an enemy champion who is not corrupted, that target is instantly corrupted with darkened energy, as well as dealt bonus magic damage. Also, that target would have blighted roots growing from its core, lingering around and attempting to make contact with other enemy champions. If these roots come in contact with an enemy champion for more than 2 seconds, that target will also be rooted, fully stacked with corruption, as well as dealt bonus magic damage. If Varus hits an enemy champion who is fully corrupted, that target will be caught inside of something called a Growth of Corruption. During this root, desecrated ground will slowly expand from underneath that corruption point, having the same effect as Varus' Hellfire Q. During this, any champions near the corrupted target will instantly be rooted and fully stacked with corruption, as well as being dealt bonus magic damage. This has 2 different effects. One is more mobile if you're hitting a champion who is not corrupted already, and one is more instantaneous. That is if you're hitting a champion who is already corrupted, making a huge playmaking ability to be able to lock down multiple targets at once and deal a ton of damage with your Q. Like we said in the beginning of the video, we really wanted to take his strong points that he currently has that we feel are very viable, and to really expand on those, making him feel a little more unique and just having some stronger points to go off of, being a better pick. As always, let us know what you guys think in the comments, like and subscribe. Let us know what champions you would like to see us rework in the future. Keep in mind, we are working on every single champion, so if the idea doesn't come out instantly, don't feel too bad, because everything will be coming out. We do take all of your guys' criticism and ideas to heart. So thank you. We'll see you guys in the next video.